again, for this week's lesson, I want you to look for the butterfly worksheet that you found in your packet that you got from Red Clay. And in this worksheet, they talk about butterflies and springtime and going outside, and also about rainbows. So in your lesson, we're going to talk about how rainbows are made in nature and how weather has to, when it's raining, and how the light goes through the water droplets, and that's how a rainbow is created. So there'll be a video in the web page that you can find that'll talk about that and teach you about rainbows. And then we're going to do something with butterflies with this lesson. So the artist that I chose to look at was one of my favorite. His name is Vincent van Gogh. And I didn't realize when I put in the subject of butterflies that Vincent van Gogh had painted butterflies. So it was really exciting for me to find these paintings that he did of butterflies. And I love the way he used texture, and he took us down into the ground and into the grass and really gave us a close-up view of what the world of a butterfly would look like. What would their view look like? So it's really interesting the way the perspective that he did that. So we're going to there's two ways that you could do your butterfly picture. I thought for kindergarten, we would just make one butterfly, and I want to show you a really easy technique to make your butterfly. So what you're going to need is a plain white piece of paper like this, and I'm sure that your parents have a photocopy piece of paper, or you could even use the back of the paper that you have for this. I'm just going to use a new photocopy piece of paper. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to fold the paper in half. And make sure you crease it. Leave it folded because we're going to draw half of the butterfly, not the whole butterfly, but just half of it. And we want to draw the body on the side that doesn't open up. So the side that's folded. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start right about up here, and I'm going to draw half of the head, like a half circle. And I like to use my black crayon because it really helps me to be able to see what I'm drawing. And butterflies have 3 sections to their body. So I'm going to try to make the body of the butterfly come all the way almost to the bottom, but not quite. Then I'm going to do the top wing. And you can use any shape that you would like to do your wing. But try to take that wing all the way to the corner of the top of your paper. Then you're going to make the bottom wing and go all the way to the bottom corner. And go up. Then you want to put one antenna, because remember, we're only drawing half of our butterfly. Then design your butterfly's body. Maybe you want to give it a pattern. We've done a lot with pattern in the last couple lessons. I might use a shape of a circle, and I might make those circles get smaller as they go down. You think of whatever kind of design that you would like to come up with for your butterfly. Okay. I can use a diamond. Think about what you might like to do. Now, once you're done, make sure those lines are kind of dark with your black crayon, because I'm going to show you a really fun way to transfer that butterfly, because a butterfly is the same on both sides. And so we're going to make sure that we transfer that butterfly onto the other side. So once you have that dark enough, you're going to take it and open it up, and you're going to fold the black part on the inside. And take your time to fold it so it's equal again. Then I want you to find something like a lid. It can be a pair of scissors, like the end of a scissors, or a lid that you're going to rub just very gently, the back of your butterfly. And what happens when you rub that, and I like to use this lid because it's a little bit smaller, and I can just rub it like this, and it's really cool because it's going to transfer the butterfly's body to the other side. You see how the marks come out? And if I rub a little harder, I'll make sure that I can really get the whole thing on there. And you'll be able to see that butterfly through your paper, and it'll be easy for you to transfer. Okay, to see how it's showing up. So I've got mine a little bit further along so that you could see it. So now that I have my butterfly rubbed to the other side, I want to make sure that I go over those lines so that they are dark enough for the other side. So just when you get it rubbed to the other side, make sure that you are going over it with your crayon. Then when you're done, you want to think about how do I want to color this? Because we're going to do a crayon resist with our watercolors. So maybe I want to add a little bit of color to my butterfly, and I like to color it in really well, and use lots of different colors. You know, try to be neat, try to take your time. If the pink is in this part of the butterfly, remember both sides are the same, so I'm going to use the same color on the other side. And you know, you don't have to just fill it in solid. You might want to, you know, add polka dots inside of one of these shapes. Think about all the ways that you can make pattern and interest in your butterfly. So if I do it on that side, I'm going to skip over here and make sure I do it on the other side. Okay. Let's pick another color. I'm going to color in the head. And look down here, I didn't transfer that circle very well. So if that happens to you where you didn't get something, just fold it back over again and remember to rub it. And when you rub it with your lid or your scissors, it'll come out on the other side. And that way it will be exactly the same on both sides. So make sure you take your time to color it really neatly. You don't have to color the whole thing. You can just color some of the design. So I'm going to show you the way the painting looks when it's done. You might not have paint, and if you don't have paint, then you don't have to do this part. You might just color the background, or you might color your whole butterfly in. But I'm going to show you, once you have colored parts of your butterfly, we're going to make a rainbow butterfly in the background. And for that, we're just going to use our primary colors. I took all of my colors out, and I just kept red, yellow, and blue, because those are our primary colors. Those are the colors in the rainbow that actually, when they mix, make all the other colors. And remember, I told you we're going to learn about how a rainbow is formed. So when I do my butterfly, I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to put it across my paper like this. And if you have tempera paint, then you can just water down the tempera paint. You don't need to use it thick, just use a lot of water with it, because then it'll get like watercolors. So if I wash my brush off really good and I take yellow and I put that next to the blue, when I mix those two colors, we're going to get green. Okay, do you see the green showing up? So let me add a little bit more yellow down here. And I'm going to go all the way across because this is my rainbow butterfly. I'm going to then take my red, and when I put the red underneath the yellow and I move it up a little bit, you can see how yellow and red make orange. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. And watercolor is nice because you add water to it. It's transparent. And that's why you can see your butterfly underneath, because the paint is transparent. So now I'm going to add blue next to the red, and I bet you can guess what color that makes. that makes a purple. See the purple showing up in between the red and the blue? And this is how you can make your butterfly rainbow. Oop, don't want to get that on there. Okay. So make your butterfly any way you want, but I wanted to challenge my first graders a little bit. And so I did this just like Van Gogh's, where you could put the butterflies in their habitat, in the grass where the flowers are growing. And you're going to do the same thing when you make your butterfly, but this time you're going to make little folds in the paper where you would like your butterfly. So I'm going to fold it like this, and then I'm going to draw the body so it looks like my butterfly is turning and is flying into the picture. So if you think you need a challenge, try doing that. And the same thing, when I open this up, I'm going to put decorations in my butterfly and decorate my butterfly. I'm going to put the antenna on. So then I open this up and I fold it back, and I can have a smaller butterfly, just like Van Gogh's in his picture. And I'm just going to rub it. And it will transfer to the other side. See how you can see it? And then I'm just going to go over those shapes that I see there and see how I can make it exactly the same as the other side. Pretty cool. So maybe I want a butterfly down here. So what do? I fold the paper in half, and I open it up, and I say, okay, I'm going to draw another one, but only half the body on this side. And maybe this time I'm going to make the wings more round, like that. Okay? And then we talked about in first grade, I'm not going to finish this one, but I'm going to talk to you about overlapping. We talked a lot about overlapping, and overlapping means that when one thing is on top of another. So if I want to draw a flower behind this butterfly, I'm only going to draw a piece of it so that it looks like the butterfly is on top of the flowers underneath it. And that's how you would do your picture like this. So think about overlapping, and you also can do the watercolor effect in the background, but I really colored this one in so that the crayon resist would show up. So I hope you enjoy your butterfly rainbow picture, like inspired by Van Gogh. I can't wait to see you again. Have fun.